This might sound really basic, but you'll be surprised at how many musicians don't do this practice. So one of the most common things I get asked as an instrument repairer is how often should I get my instrument serviced? I would say get it checked out once a year. It may not need a full service, but it depends on how well you keep it clean and dry. So I'm going to show you how to keep your instrument in good working order so you can avoid having it serviced more than once a year. So after every playing session, you should give your saxophone a nice dry out with one of these. So what I have here is a saxophone cleaning swab. When you buy one of these, if you don't have one already, make sure you buy the corresponding swab for your saxophone. So this is an alto saxophone swab for the alto saxophone. I have the Wessex 700 series alto saxophone. So firstly, what you're going to do is take this weighted end and stick it down the bell of the saxophone, making sure not to smash it around and cause any little dents. You want to get all the string down the bell, and then put the cloth in like a plug at the end. While holding that, you just want to make sure that the weight goes around the bottom bow, like so. Give it a little shake, and it should drop out the top of the saxophone. Once you've got that threaded through, just give it a nice, slow and gentle pull. Doing it nice and slowly ensures that you're not going to get it stuck and that it absorbs all the moisture inside. If you buy the wrong size swab, you can get it stuck inside. The octave key normally has a pip on the inside, and that can cause an obstruction with your cloth. So just be careful with this. So next up, same process, but with your mouthpiece and your crook, or neck, if you're in America. For this, you're not going to want to use this big swab. That's going to be too big and it's going to get stuck because the bore is a lot smaller. If you've bought a swab kit, you'll get several swabs inside, and the process is the same. You want to put the weighted end in the thicker part of the saxophone, all the way through like so, and then just give it a nice gentle pull. And the same again with your mouthpiece. Reed off. You'll get nowhere if the reed's on. Same again, weighted end through here. Pull through. I think this might be too big actually. Oh no, it's okay. And you can clean your mouthpiece out with cold water. Don't use hot water, otherwise you're going to ruin your mouthpiece, especially if it's hard rubber. You can get cleaning solutions for your mouthpiece, but if you keep your mouthpiece clean after playing with cold water and a swab, it's not necessary. I wouldn't suggest any cleaning fluid for your saxophone because it's only going to wreck the pads. Next up is ensuring that these top keys are nice and dry. You can hear that these are a bit sticky. You can use the corner of one of your swabs, or if you've got a nice cleaning cloth, you can use the edge of that. So what you want to do is just open the key up, thread the cloth through, close the key and just give it a gentle pull. And that's just going to remove any sitting moisture that hasn't been collected by your swab. What you can do, if you've got a lot of moisture in there, you just give it a little twiddle like that. And that should dab all of the moisture off of the pad and inside the tone hole to give it a nice dry. A number of things can cause sticky keys. It could be excess moisture, just drying in the case nice and slowly, but also if you've eaten right before you play, this can cause all sorts of problems in your saxophone. If you need to drink, just drink. I'd recommend drinking water before you play and have a Coca-Cola afterwards to reward yourself. Another problem area for your keys is this bottom key on the back, your D sharp. These can gunk up pretty fast. Not as easy to get to as your top keys there. You can buy key swabs which are profiled nicely to get under your pads, so I'd recommend one of them if you can. You can also get a lot of other accessories like key leaves, which after playing you can stick under your keys and they're nice and open so they've got air getting to them, but that's not mandatory. That's if you like your gadgets and your gizmos. Up next is putting your saxophone away. If you're at school or at band, then you're going to have to put your saxophone away in the case and close it up. But what I suggest is, if you're practicing at home or when you get home, open up the case and leave it out in the open just to dry for an hour or so. That will give it an extra bit of time to dry. This might sound really basic, but you'll be surprised at how many musicians don't do this practice. It takes 2 minutes at the end of each session, and it saves you a lot of money. As an instrument repairer, I make more money if you don't do this. So trust me when I say this is worth doing. You're not going to get heavy bills replacing loads of pads every year, and it's going to just make it easier to play. Take care of your instrument will take care of you. Also, if there are any wrong notes in your saxophone, these are going to clean them out nice and thoroughly.
How do you do that?
That was a joke.